Hello guys and girls, how's it going? Screezilla here and I hope you're all well and you join me again for another day of fantastic naval battles. Yes, we're going to go for the Navy today and have another day of great naval battles. The testing is going so well and flawlessly. Everything seems to be going peachy. Well, there's the problem. We don't have naval battles. Okay, so as some of you may have noticed, naval battles has disappeared from the game. There is a massive bug of some kind that they're not telling us. Yeah, that's always a good sign. That's taken naval battles down. Now, they should possibly be back on the 25th of October at 9 AM, I think, GMT. That's what they're saying. But they've not said for a reason why it's down yet. Now, there's speculation as to why it's down. One of the possible issues may be the fact that the free repairs are not working. So, in naval battles, I don't think I've got any to sort of show you here. No, I don't, because it's been a while since there's been a naval battle. In naval battles, there's the free repairs weren't working. So that's one problem. Another problem could have been the mini-maps. So that is another issue as well. However, they've not said to what the problem is, which is quite well, it's frustrating. Now, we're in beta still, so do remember, people, this is not the full game. This is not the open game. As much as I moan and whine, this is not the full open game yet. So we're still in open beta. We're still in testing. So, you know, there are still going to be problems, and it's going to take a while to get those problems sorted. However, simply not telling us what the problem is not a good idea either. And it's one of those practices that's just very frustrating to the testers, because as testers, we've been testing for a while now in Naval, and it's something that a lot of us have got used to. And there's been people that have actually got premium time and things like that for this date to basically unlock their ships and things like that. Now, the excuse will be that, well, you know, you can still play normal ships, because we're just here peppering a PT boat with, you know, 125mm, was it 125, is it? 128, sorry, 128mm shells, you know, as you do, and not killing it very easily, because, you know, 128mm shell packed full of high explosives, you know, hitting a wooden boat, just, you know, it doesn't cause that much damage. So, we're not hearing what the problem is, which, you know, it is a very annoying thing to happen. And this is something that's been going on for a while now. As I said, there's been things like the change of the 1924, this ship here, removing its armour, or at least the armour viewer on it. And I've not found any details of that anywhere. I might be wrong, there might be details on the forum somewhere. And if there are, please let me know in the comments below, because I would really like to know about this. Because it's a really frustrating thing to have happened on this boat. You know, it's really taken the wind out of the sails of this boat. And again, you know, just a massive salvo of shells onto the midsection of this boat. If I actually hit them, it would be nice. But, you know, massive salvo of shells onto the midsection of PT boat still, you know, doesn't do damage. At least we set it on fire. But they're not sort of saying what the problem is at the moment, why we're actually in this situation where we're not being sort of told why the server's down, why all the servers have gone down, and why we're waiting. Now, that's fair enough, but, you know, just be open. That's what you need to do. It's not that hard, you know, and it's not that big a deal to say, yeah, we've got this issue with blah, blah, blah. You know, having a broken thing does not mean it's necessarily bad. Because, you know, you do have to fix things, you know, and in testing, you know, there are things that will go wrong. So, you know, it's just frustrating for the players though. And one thing I would say is they really ought to look at, possibly doing a little bit of a goodwill towards people for this. Now, because it's in beta, they probably won't. Because they'll say, well, it's in beta, these things are to be expected. However, again, it's going to make the community somewhat annoyed, and it's going to bring problems forward. And, it just doesn't help in the long run. This kind of sort of typical Gaijin behaviour, it is just very frustrating. Now we finally got the ammo rack there, so that's all good. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they're actually doing, because if it's just to implement something new, then you've got to scratch your head and go, well, why have you taken them down for so long? Obviously, there's something major going on in there. Now, some people have suggested maybe it's because of the amount of firepower going on. It's basically balked the servers. That's a possibility. Others have suggested it might be because there's a minimap issue and things like that. But these are all small, well, other than the servers, there's a lot of small bug issues that could be hot fixed. That don't need the servers taken down for 20, what is it, about, well, that's not 20, it might be about 24 hours now. No, it's not. It's 12 hours, I think, 12, 13 hours or so. They've been down for a while, for half a day at least, and they're going to be down until 9 AM GMT, I think they said, which is, what's the time now? It's 5 AM at the moment, so for another 4 or so hours. So the servers are going to be down for a long time for naval stuff, and it's been down for a lot of people, overnight, so they wouldn't have noticed. But then other people, it's been down for like their whole day, so there is going to be that frustration involved. I myself was running a booster pack. I was running a, I think it was 15% or something, booster, but I was just churning through them and using the boosters. But no, sorry, it was a 75% booster pack. Sorry, so I was using that for naval. Logged back in after I had had my dinner, and the ships were down. So I couldn't use that booster because it was going to run out. So there is that frustration in that respect as well. So it's going to be interesting to see if they do anything or what they say about this. I will keep everybody updated and let them know what's actually happened. This was just a bit of another moany video, really. Thank you for all your responses on the last video, by the way. Naval has been one of those headaches. It's a very frustrating situation to be in. One thing I did notice yesterday after my video, though, was actually I was taking out the Carl-Galster. So this is a bit of an update on what's going on. And, well, the whole boat was getting absolutely wrecked instantly. They've changed something in the way that the shells perform when they hit, because the Carl-Galster was pretty tough before. But now, whenever you get hit, your shells just automatically explode. I was being hit in the bow, in the engine room, things like that, and my ammunition was blowing up. And I was unable to sail the ship for more than maybe about a minute before I got blown up by the enemy, which is not a good place to be, especially for a premium boat that people have bought and they think, oh, this is going to be amazing, and you get taken out instantly. So I do wonder if they're changing the spalling effect of some of the shells, because they changed the way shells work and they changed the armour and things like that, and they removed armour of some boats without sort of letting us know. Bone of contention there, as you can tell. I'm slightly annoyed about that, but let's just look at the Emden quickly. Now, the armour on this ship, you've got rolled homogeneous around the belt line, so your sort of belt line armour to sort of help keep sort of, to help with torpedo hits and things like that. You want to have that big belt line armour, but they've also got the anti-fragmentation armour inside as well. And this is sort of in a turtleback style. So this is basically designed to really be quite strong. Now, unfortunately, we can't remove the remote homogeneous. But as you can see, the turtleback armour is pretty beefy, because we're looking at it in a downwards angle here, which is generally sort of how it's designed to protect slightly. It's more for side-on hits. Gives a really good protection here, but it's anti-fragmentation armour, and they've not explained in too much detail how that's going to work for us, how that's going to actually help the boat when it gets hit, what it's going to do to sort of keep things safe. Does it just stop fragmentation of shells, or does it actually stop the full shell? You've also got your deck armour here, which is anti-fragmentation armour, and then anti-fragmentation armour on the turrets as well. So what's this difference between anti-fragmentation armour and standard armour in the way it behaves? Does it just behave exactly the same? Does it, what anti-fragmentation armour should be is basically it's a metal plate with sort of sometimes rubber material on the inside, basically to stop fragmentation once it's hit. So once you get damaged and penetrated, sorry, I'm just using my hands here to explain it because, of course I am, because I'm on bloody audio. Basically, it will just stop the fragmentation of shells to sort of keep going through, and it just helps reduce the spread of fragmentation as well. So it just helps slow things down a bit. So have they changed the way that's working? Maybe are they going to change the way little bits and things like that work? Because it's just, well, it's just very hard because they just haven't really given us enough detail as to what is going on with all of the upgrades and all this stuff, and certain bits they don't tell us about, and it is very frustrating when they do that, and especially when they stealth remove things or stealth add things, and then don't give proper explanations as to what it's doing. It can be very frustrating. But yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they're actually doing, because they've left a couple of things out on the release as well. There's no mines yet. We're still waiting for those. But yeah, we'll wait and see, and I'll keep everybody updated. I'll probably put a new video out later tonight or tomorrow on what the issue was, and also as to what changes have happened, things like that. And yes, I will see you all again then. So I hope you've enjoyed this little video. A little bit rambling there as well, but yeah, basically we just don't know what's happening yet. We'll see what's going on. Hopefully we get some good answers, and hopefully we can go from there. Just one other thing as well, I just noticed with the 1924 as well, is the gun armor's gone as well. There's no armor values for the guns anymore. The shield plates on the guns, this is armor. This is not, it's not just 1 mil thick sheet metal. It is actual armor. If we look at any other boat, it's got 8mm of armor on it, and that's pretty much what these things have got on them. But it's not showing up. So have they done something with that? Are they trying to fix little issues like this? Are they trying to fix performance? Are they going to let us know what they fixed? Are they going to let us know what was broken? We will all find out, and hopefully we will know a little bit more in the future. Alright guys, have a good day, and I will see you all next time. Bye bye.